Before the video gets started, I just want to let you guys know, on June 19th to July 4th, I will be going around Japan and China. I'm going to record what I do. It'll be the first actual vlogging video. It'll be up in the next 3 to 4 weeks. Hope to see you guys there. And video. Japan, the home of the weeaboos and anime, and a place I hope to one day call home. But despite how much I may talk about Japan and my love for Japan, I'm actually really quite nervous. Why? Because I don't want to make a fool out of myself in the place that I've adored for so many years. It's like that time in high school or middle school that you have a crush, and you want to do something that makes them notice you and get to know you, but instead you do that thing and then it just makes them think you're weird, and then they never want to talk to you. Anyways, as it gets closer and closer for me going to Japan, I've been thinking about a lot of stuff lately, and I've really became more and more nervous as to what I'm gonna do wrong in Japan. And that's why I made this video, to talk to you guys about a couple different things that I am not scared, just more like nervous about going to Japan. First reason is being away from home. Now, this really isn't much more of a reason as to why I'm nervous to go to Japan as it is kind of just to leave home. For around 20 years now, I've been living at home. Wait, really? 20 years? That's a long time. 20 years. But honestly, I have not been without my parents for more than, at largest, a month. And that month was when I went to Japan after I graduated from high school to study abroad for a little bit, for a month. That a month is the most I've ever been away from my parents for one period of time. And now I'm going to Japan for 2 years, or I guess I'll be coming home, for Christmas and stuff like that, for some holidays, maybe 2 times a year. But still, that's 6 months, 6 times more than my longest until this point that I've been away from home. And to me, that it's really weird, but I also see this as a growing point for me. In that 1 month that I was abroad in Japan, when I graduate high school, I feel like I'm gonna have a similar experience, but for a longer duration of time. I won't have parents around me to ask for help for anything. I won't have family to make dinner or laundry, or wait, I actually do laundry. I kind of. But, when I go to Japan, I'll have to be more self-reliant. And I figured that out during my time on the 1 month abroad. So I kind of know what I'm getting into a little bit. Number 2, adjusting to a different lifestyle. Now, when I'm living at home, as I said before, I don't have to cook myself dinner most of the time. My parents are there for me when I need them, but when I go to Japan, it's gonna be different. I won't be able to call them for, most of the time, call them for questions that I have, or because America and Japan are a 14-hour 14-hour difference. And so that's quite a lot. That's a really big time difference, at most, depending on how my parents' schedules work, I might have like 5 hours to talk to them or something like that per day. It's only during those 5 hours I'll be able to ask questions, because you know, they are either gonna be asleep or I'm gonna be asleep. Also, living in a dorm, that's also gonna be an extremely new experience for me. The DVC, or the school that I'm at right now, the college that I'm at right now, obviously I'm living at home. Like, as you can see, I'm living at home right now. Since it's only around 20-30 minutes via driving, I could just drive to school and then drive back. So it's not really a problem here. But over in Japan, it's, although the dorms are really nice, look forward to the dorm tour, because from what I see from the pictures, holy cow, it's really nice. It's really nice. But having to live in the same house as people, or I guess it's not a house, dorm, as people that I'm not, like people that I don't know, it's kind of, like you think about it and you're like, it's kind of weird. You know, you were taught to stay away from strangers, and now being in a dorm, I am in a room full of them, or a house full of them, or dorm, not house. Also, the freaking dorm in Japan is 50 minutes by train away from the actual school. What the f? Third point! Culture. Now, I don't hate the Japanese culture, nor do I fear it. It's really quite the opposite. I adore the Japanese culture. I love what they do. You know, it's all very fascinating to me. That's probably why I'm going to Japan for college, is to learn about the Japanese culture, the language, what they do, you know, their customs, you know, everything. I love it all. But it's because it's so different that it intrigues me, but also I'm nervous about it. Because it's so different. It's literally because it's so different, that is why I am scared of it. Or not scared, nervous. Not scared, nervous. Just comparing the American culture to Japanese culture, they're opposites basically. In America, you go up to someone you don't know and you're like, hey, what's up, my dude? But in Japan, it's like, oh, nice to meet you. My name is Josh. So nice to meet you. Please take care of me. And I was not being racist. That's literally the English translation of what it is, and what they say in Japanese. And also another example is introducing yourself in Japanese, or not in Japanese, in Japan. In Japan, you start out with hajimemashite, which means it's like the first time meeting someone greeting. It's like saying, it's nice to meet you, and then you proceed to say your name, you know, a couple facts about you if you want to add that, like Amerikajin desu, game ga suki desu, and then you say yoroshiku onegai shimasu, which literally means please take care of me, like now and in the future. And then, like, you know, they bow, they never touch hands, like no handshakes, none of that. Like, there is minimal body touching. That sounds really weird and very. Next point, different language. And obviously, you know, again, this is something that obviously I knew that is going to be a problem. Right now, actually, I already graduated. I graduated from my CC college, which means community college for those who don't know. During that time, I studied 2 years, 4 semesters of Japanese and 1 semester of kanji in total, along with that, with all my GE requirements, general education requirements. And throughout these 2 years, I still would say that I don't know enough Japanese, because it's different whenever you are learning a different language than the language that's mostly talked in. I don't know if that's proper English. Obviously, I knew that the language was gonna be a problem, right? And in the 2 years that I've studied Japanese, I still would say that right now my Japanese is not good enough to live in a place in Japan that only speaks Japanese, obviously. You know, there's a difference between learning 2 years in America or any place other than Japan and learning Japanese than learning Japanese actually in Japan. And that's because, you know, in Japan they use it daily, and I would have more chances to use Japanese. Right now I can only really speak it with my friends, and even then most of the time it's just English that's being spoken. And that's why I want to go to Japan, is because I want to, 1, get better at Japanese, 2, be in an environment where I can learn about the Japanese culture and just the customs and everything, and just have fun. Because not only do I enjoy the culture aspect and the language aspect, I also just like the stuff that happens in Japan. You know, for instance, conveyor belt sushi or train sushi. You know, the little sushis that come on like a little boo. Like, if you don't know what it is, I'll put a picture right here, somewhere around here. But yeah, that'll be it for now. If you guys enjoyed, let me know down in the comments. Tell me you liked it. I don't really know. Give me some other ideas of what I could possibly do for future videos. And just a reminder, on around June 19th to around July 4th, I will be going around Japan and recording some of the stuff I do. That will be the first time I really try out the actual vlogging stuff. You know, I'm gonna be walking around with the camera, a bunch of other stuff. It'll be great. It'll be fun. Hope to see you guys there. I suspect that'll be the next video, and it'll come out maybe in like, I'll have all the footage, but it'll be a lot of footage, so it'll take a lot more days to edit it. I might even make multiple videos about certain places, because we're going to multiple places in Japan, but also China. We're also going to Beijing and to see the Great Wall and a couple other places. So it'll be fun. Hope you guys will be there. And yeah, I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.